Hi folks, this is Rose from In Rose's Garden, and again, I'm not going to be home today. So we're going to do a recorded video so you can see some new things that I have just got recently. And so I hope you enjoy looking at these. I got a whole bunch of new pendants that I ordered from India. And I got some enamel pieces that I got from Gardanne Enamels. So let's turn down and we will go over some of these beautiful pendants I got. And I hope you enjoy seeing them with me. So here we go. So in this little box here are the pendants that I got from Gardanne Enamel. We just got 3 little sets of goodies here, but they tend to be a bit spindly, so I do try to be careful with what I get from there, but we want to be happy with it too. So the first thing I got was this set of turtles. Aren't they cute? Brown and gray. I thought I'd use these on something for my sister who collects turtles. Then we have these black filigree pieces. Now I use filigree pieces like this that are quite similar to these on my hair barrettes. So I'm not sure if that's what I'm going to do with them or if I'm going to use them as an earring piece, which I very well might. I think they'll look cool as an earring piece. And the last of the 3 things we got were these jack-o'-lanterns. Now these are connectors. See, they have 2 holes, one top, one bottom. So these will be fun to use to put, I think probably some earrings or something. We'll hang something on the down from the bottom of them. So those are my 3 pretty sets from Gardanne Enamel. I think those gorgeous. So let's wrap those back up and we'll get out the pendants. Put the Gardanne Enamel up here. Okay. So here are our pendants. I've got 1 per box because they're all different. Or 1 per slot, I should say. And there's this one. It's Sodalite. Isn't that pretty? It's the orange. It's Sodalite with the orange bits in it, so it's a very nice. And these bales are soldered, so that'll probably keep that one. So that's number 1. This is number 2. It's white buffalo turquoise. Now I got a few with the white buffalo turquoise because, let's face it, it's very pretty with the black and gray and white. So that is that one. Number 3 is amethyst. And number 4 is a stone I have never heard of before, but it's pretty. Come on, baby. As you can see, it's got some whites and sort of yellowies with some purples through it that almost looks like amethyst, but this says it is Turkish camerite. I don't think I pronounced that right, but it is a pretty stone, isn't it? The next row here is, this one is Amazonite. Isn't that a pretty stone? So Amazonite. And then here's another one I don't think I'm going to pronounce right, but I love the pattern of this bezel here. This is Hawaii Blue Opal. Isn't that cool? I like it a lot. Now this next one is the one and only piece of Charlotte I got. It's a pretty piece. So there we go. It's probably one of the more basic bezels. Next we got some tiger's eye with citrine. Now this bezel is a little bit wonked up, see? So I'm going to have to try and see if I can straighten it out some. I don't know if I can. But I will try. But this one is tiger's eye and citrine. But see how that's got a weird, like, wonky spot there? Almost like it got squished in some way. Well, we got it a little better. We'll probably work on it some more. So these are the first 8. Yes, there's more. I don't ever do anything halfway. So there is that set. And here is our next box. And in this one, we have some aquamarine. The little peridot green crystal up here at the top. I like these kind of bezels. They're like a pipe kind of thing, so they're built into the original. Here's another one that is a new one to me. I've never heard of it, but I think it's a pretty purple. It's called pooperite or pooperite, but pretty purple. And then we have some more white buffalo turquoise. Actually, I have a couple more pieces of white buffalo turquoise. This one. And there's one over here. This one is sunstone. Come on out of the box, sweetie. It's got a... was bent a little bit, but that's the sunstone. And then we have a lapis. This has got a lot of hematite on the back side, but it's very, very blue on the front side. So very pretty lapis. Next is the next piece of white buffalo turquoise. I like this pendant a lot. I think it's very, very pretty. So I'll probably be using it soon. Now here is that one with the strange name again, Hawaii Blue Opal. Isn't that a pretty one? And lastly, in this particular box is an Amazonite. Now this has 2 soldered rings up at the top, so I'm pretty sure they're soldered. So we can just hang it from either side when we use it as a pendant. So down in you go. And then we still have another 3. Now 2 of these are sodalite. This one, I love the patterning on this, isn't it pretty? And then this one, which has a little bit of the orange sodalite in it. Stripe down the side there, isn't that pretty? And the last thing we have is one I'm really surprised that I really love so much, because this is an ocean jasper. But I love the shape of this bezel for the pendant. And I like the color for these for this stone. It's very almost see-through, the bottom part, see? So I do believe it's probably got quite a bit of quartz down around the bottom, but I really like this pendant. I think it's very cool. So that is all our pendants and all our Gardanne enamel pieces. So we could be done, but let's face it, we're not going to be. And why are we not going to be? Because I have another design in mind to use for my FOC. This is going to be another simple necklace. I don't think we're going to use our thistles. One of these days we will have to, but I'll probably paint them first. Then we've got these, the 2 remaining petals and these tubes. And we have the little bottle with the sodalite chips. Now, this cork is not in here straight and stuff, but we're going to just have to live with it as is. And we also have these black ones in various sizes, some blue and some silver. But what I'm thinking we're going to do, here is our pretty petals and such. And I'm thinking the sodalite bottle is going to be our main focal, and then we're going to bring these 2 on either side. And we're going to take our little tubes and put them between. We are going to need to get a bail for this. And then we'll have another tube over here. Now, whether we decide to go for another 2, we'll see. But right now, I'm just leaning towards the 4. Now, because this is like this, we want some of our beads from out of our black one here, though we could use the silver ones. And we're going to put some of these in with our design here. Now we only have 3 more of these, so we will probably actually move this one up here and this one here. Do the same on this side. And then we've got these really pretty little, these guys here. And we have 2 tiny little guys here. This one is not going to work. It's extra. So we're going to take these tiny crystals and put them on here. And then we're going to take these little rounds. They're very pretty little rounds. And we have 7 of those. We're going to do one, well, these are going to go like in here, as are these. And then we'll take 2 and go down here with these guys as well. Now there's only 1 of these left, so we're not going to use them here. Though, one thing we could do is instead of putting these rounds here, we could take them and put them up here on top. So like right here and right here. If I were to do that though, I'd probably want to put these bicones down here that we have. Just going to use various beads that we can double up because, you know, we have a few we can double up. There's these two, this is an extra, here's an extra. This is an extra. So we have all kinds of little odds and end extras. So I think we're just going to do this like this, get a bail, and then some little silver daisy spacers, I think. And then this is just going to be a simple, simple little bailed necklace. I could just put these other two of these here as well. So we're just more or less just trying to make some kind of a little pattern with the things that we have here, left here from our FOC. So I don't think I want to put those there. So just some basic little doodads there. Will get us a bail and some daisy spacers. And we will put these little things together here. Now I think this is going to have some chain up the back again. Though if we wanted to, we could put like some natural leather, which would look good because the cork then is about the same color as our natural leather. So we have to make that decision. But here we go. So this is going to go like this with the bail right in between here. These are going to come down here. This big one's going to be on this side because I want the little one to be by the petal, I think. So be sitting like this. So just a simple necklace like that. This is what it's going to look like. We've got some daisy spacers. We put the bail out. We need to get some we're going to get some soft flex out to string this all on. And I think we'll just use white. So all we're going to do is open this up, pull some of our line out. And this is going to be quite similar to the one we made previously. A little bit different, but similar. So I'm going to put a daisy spacer on first. Then the tube. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to bump that. Daisy spacer. The little square. And then I think we're going to put a multi-spacer here with about probably 3 of our daisy spacers. Just to add a little bit of something. The little round. Daisy spacer. Tube. Daisy spacer. This guy. 3. Little guy. 1. Our petal. One. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Our crystal. 1. The tube again. 1. The bicone. 1, 2, 3. Our little crystal. The bail. Now I'm not sure if this bail is big enough to go over this bead or not. It looks like no, so that's good. And we'll put our other bead on the other side. One, 2, 3. Bicone. 1. The crystal tube. 1. 1, 2, 3. This little guy. 1 petal. 1 little guy. One, 2, 3. This one. So we have this all strung now. So we're going to cut the wire off here. And then we have to decide on a chain and put our little soda light bottle onto our necklace. I have a very pretty delicate chain here. I like it. I think it'll work with this quite nicely. Let's see about how long this piece is right now. No chain. You don't get to come right yet. And it is almost 11 inches. So since we don't want this really long, probably no more than 17 or 18, we only need about 6 inches. So let's get the 6 inches out here. We'll cut that off, and then we'll cut it in half. Little chain was a little bit tougher than I thought it was. So there is our hunk of chain. Put the rest back in its baggie. Then we're going to cut this chain in half. And how I'm going to do that is I'm just going to put one ring on here. Go over here to the other ring and just let it hang down and see where we're at. Looks like we're going to cut this ring right here. So let's cut that in half right here, and then we will come here, you ring. Get it over here and cut it. So now we have two small chains, and we're going to take these chains and we're going to hook them to the ends of our necklace piece here. So let's get some crimp tubes out. And we're just simply going to crimp our chain directly on to our necklace end. Now I'm not sure how well if this will go through. It looks like it will, so no problem. But we're going to do this one side up, get it crimped up here. Get our crimping pliers out. Squish. Turn and squish, and turn and squish, and turn and squish. So that should do it. Now we're going to push our wire up into there and roll this around to the other side here. Hook this guy. And then we will again crimp, tube the chain. And then we'll take this, go through our crimp tube, go down through our tube. And now that I can get hold of it, I'm going to work it up so that it the tube goes down where it needs to be. Pull this a little tighter. Now we're going to get in here and we're going to crimp this other side. So get the crimp tube into our magical crimpers and squish, and then turn and squish, turn, turn, turn. Let's give this a tug test. There we go, it looks pretty good. So now we're going to get our clippers and we're going to clip this extra line off here. We didn't need to clip the other side because we cut the line right. The line was right there at the edge here. So now what we need is to put a lobster on this one side and a jump ring in the other. And we also need to jump ring our little bottle onto our bail here. So we're going to get out 2 of the medium, 1 for the bottle, 1 for the bail, or the lobster. Then we're going to get this guy out here. And a lobster claw. Actually, let's go with the fish cutter. Okay. So I'm going to open up one of these smaller ones. Go at the end of our delicate little chain, though this chain isn't really all that delicate. It looks delicate, but it's not delicate. Hook this on, close her up. Then we'll get the other side on. And last thing we need to do is take this jump ring and go through our bail and then through our little soda light bottle. And then close her up. And our little necklace is done. See, isn't that cute? There we go. Our little necklace, again with our FOC. We still have a few odds and end things left, but I'm not sure how we're gonna use those. We'll have to decide. But there is our necklace. Anyway, there is our pretty little necklace. It's actually about choker length, 16 inches, but it turned out so cute. I think it's a pretty little thing. I hope you all enjoyed making this with me. We used our Thunderhorse Descendant Found Objects challenge for all of the beads. I just added the spacers and the chain, well, and the bail. So anyway, there we go. That is our necklace using our Thunderhorse Descendants Found Objects challenge bag. I hope you enjoyed making this with me. This has been, and seeing all of my lovely new pendants. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.